So that's the plan for the location for the first raised garden bed. Now we just got to make it happen. So digging the parking bay for the front gives us some spare dirt, so we've started to load up for the raised garden bed. Okay, so we have started ramming the posts and framing up for the raised garden bed. Boring the post hole borer, we aren't getting as deep as we wanted to, so this raised garden might not be as tall as the original plan, and driving the posts is more difficult, but hey, that's building, right? That's today's effort. We'll hopefully get the other side on and put some tin on it tomorrow. Okay, so still not exactly summertime weather, but we have finished framing up and we have got the iron on 3 sides of the raised garden bed. We're leaving the 4th side so we can barrow the dirt in there to fill it up, but we now have lots of space to start to get onto our raised garden. That will also allow us to dig out where we're putting the metal for the base for the parking bay. So yeah, pretty good progress, pretty pleased about that. Job done. Okay, so the first raised garden bed is pretty much completed and filled. I just need to break up the earth a bit more and maybe mix in some compost so it's a bit more healthy, but that's almost ready to be a garden. And we have the second one all framed up, and now it just needs this tin on the side and we can start filling that up with dirt too. So that's pretty good progress. So yeah. Okay, so it took a lot longer than originally planned. We had to wait for the ground to harden up enough to get the framing in, but we now have 2 big raised garden beds. So soil's not exactly mint, but we'll have to add some compost and try and get some organic material in there and break it up a little bit. But the intention originally was to try and grow plenty of fresh fruit and veggies and feed myself, and this year it hasn't been very so productive, but hopefully now we've got no excuses. We can get this garden set up over the summer break and start getting some food out of it, which will be exciting. So yeah, 2 big raised garden beds, one step towards a bit of self-sufficiency and a bit less grocery bills, I hope. So that's exciting. Stay tuned to find out what I managed to make grow. Okay, so the garden is pretty well filled up now, but as you can see the soil quality is not particularly great. It's very high clay and not much else. Try and boost that. I have dumped a load of lawn clippings in there from cutting the garden, try and boost the organic material and improve the drainage, and got to do something about breaking up lumps. So this is the before, and this one here, we got the rotary hoe up there and ran it over it and it's broken it down, mixed in those lawn clippings, so it's starting to look more like usable, viable soil. So next plan is get a few bags of compost in there, turn it over a bit more and try and get some things growing. So that's very exciting. We're pretty much at the try and turn it into a garden stage. So booyah, let's see if we can make something grow. So to try and stop animals eating whatever I grow in my garden, we put some sides on it and a roof. So the roof's shade cloth and the sides are bird netting. Still got to finish figuring out exactly how we're going to keep the bird netting taut but still enable me to get in and weed it and grow things, but it's all making progress. It's getting closer to a functional garden, so I'd say we're like 80% done. Booyah.